Hello and welcome back to Canuck Park Hopper. I'm Scott, and today I want to go over the top 10 things that I'm most looking forward to coming to theme parks in 2026. 2025 was a huge year for theme parks, especially with there being a whole brand new park that opened in May. Epic Universe was definitely the crown jewel of 2025, but there were a lot of other notable moments. I'm talking ride and land closures, lawsuits, big park anniversaries. But instead of looking back on what's already happened, I want to look forward at what's to come. In this video, I'm going to go over the top 10 things that I'm most excited for to see in the American parks in 2026. Let's start at number 10. The number 10 thing that I'm most excited to see is the start of construction on Disneyland Forward. If you're unaware, Disneyland Forward is the expansion of the Disneyland Resort. We're talking park refurbs, park expansions, different allocations for different areas of the resort. There's going to be some big changes coming to Disneyland in the next couple of years, and this year is the year that construction starts on that whole project. When I talk about park refurbs and expansion, one thing that's going to come is Avatar Land, which is going to take over Hollywood Land in Disney's California Adventure, and it's actually going to expand into the bus loop, so they're going to have to get rid of some of the bus loop space. Another area for park expansion is they're going to get rid of the parking lots on the west side of the resort to expand the park into that area. But where are the people going to park? Well, Disneyland is going to build a whole new parking structure over on the east side, kind of beyond the hotels on Harbor Boulevard, that they're going to have a multi-level parking structure plus the bus loop over there, a walking path over back into the resort, and a brand new entrance and esplanade to welcome you into Disneyland and California Adventure. That is super exciting, and this is the year that the construction starts on that new parking structure. I love to see it. I wish some of this would get accelerated. Obviously, there are some hiccups with dealing with Anaheim and with the construction process in general, so I am just excited to see this happen. With the parking structure starting this year, it means the rest of the projects are going to fall in line right after. So that is super exciting to see. I can't wait to get this done to see the rest of the park just expand. I know the Olympics are coming to LA in 2028, so I wonder if there's a slight rush order to get at least some part of it done before the Olympics come for the influx of tourism that's bound to happen with LA. At number 9, I have the repainting of Cinderella Castle in Magic Kingdom. For the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World in 2021, the castle got a brand new paint job, which turned it into the current colors that you see with the pink and blues. Many people have criticized these new colors, saying it cheapens the look of the castle and kind of ruins the forced perspective that you get when you're walking down Main Street. Maybe it's just because I'm used to it now. I kind of like the castle colors. I know they've kind of dulled with the Florida sun, which makes it slightly better than the very vibrant colors they had right at the 50th. I actually do think the castle looked very pretty for the 50th anniversary with the golden ribbon on the spires and the big 50th medallion. Very cool to see. But you know what? I am kind of excited to see it go back to its original colors. In 2025, Disney announced that starting this month, January, the castle will be repainted again. Now, they said it'll go back to whites, grays, blues with some gold accents to highlight certain areas of the castle. They didn't directly say it's going back to the exact color configuration of what the old castle was, but it'll obviously be very close, and I know a lot of people will be very happy. Given that we're in January already, I have heard that they are starting to drain the moat, because that's the first step before they can get all the structures in to start painting the castle. This means there's going to be big cranes and stuff in the area. The nice thing that Disney has said is that they're going to actually take the cranes down, I think at noon every day, so that your pictures aren't going to be ruined by having giant cranes in and around the castle. That's very nice. It does suck because that means it's going to hold up the progress of painting the castle, but I still foresee that the castle should be done being painted by summer, which is fantastic. The number 8 thing that I'm looking forward to is the further construction on all areas of Walt Disney World. We're talking Tropical Americas, the Cars Land, Villains Land, Monstropolis. There's a lot going on in Walt Disney World, and I'm excited to see how far things progress in 2026. It's crazy that Walt Disney World is undergoing a huge overhaul right now, with new rides and lands being built in 3 of its 4 parks. Tropical Americas is said to open next year, and I know they are well underway on the construction in the old Dino Land area. Dinosaur, the last attraction that's opened in that land, is closing. I believe it's at the very beginning of February, so we're talking in like 2 weeks, and then by that point, they're going to close off the whole area and really go gung-ho on getting this transformation done. The new Encanto ride has already gone vertical, which is very cool to see. I've seen some people post some videos and pictures on Instagram and YouTube and stuff of the progress that has been seen so far, and it is moving along very quickly. So Disney did say this all should be open by 2027. We'll see if that happens, but the progress that they're making, they're going very quick, which is good to see. I am hoping that by the end of 2027, we'll be able to step foot in the Encanto ride. Another project that is well on its way in construction is Monstropolis in Disney's Hollywood Studios. If you look at some of the pictures that BioReconstruct has posted on his social media, you can see that progress is well underway for the premier attraction that is coming to that land. At the back of Hollywood Studios, they're expanding the land into what is currently the cast parking lot, and you can see they've already got the concrete footing down, and the coaster should be going in very quickly. They're going to do this differently than how they built Cosmic Rewind. Cosmic Rewind, they built the giant structure and then built the coaster in it. For this ride, they're going to build the coaster and then the structure around. So that should go quicker, which is good for all of us. They're also well underway in the past Muppets courtyard area to transform that into Monstropolis. The last piece of Muppets memorabilia that was there was the Pizza Rizzo sign. It is now gone, so it is fully demuppified and ready to be monsterfied. Over in Magic Kingdom, we are all aware that they got rid of the Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island last year, and that whole area now is blocked off, and they are well underway of getting that land flattened, graded, and ready for the new expansion. Not only that, but the Villains Land right behind has the whole area cleared out, and it looks like it is getting ready to start some construction very soon as well. So that will be great to see. Cars Land will open first with Villains Land after, but let's get going on both these projects. Let's get them going at the same time and hopefully get them opening one after the other. The number 7 thing that I'm looking forward to is some more construction, but over on the West Coast. And this is the Avengers Campus construction in Disney's California Adventure. If you're unaware, Avengers Campus opened in 2022, and it was okay. You kind of felt like something was missing when they were building it. Turns out they kind of got short-lined on what they could build at this moment, with this expansion project now being kind of what they wanted to do in the beginning. I don't mind this. It's kind of like when Galaxy's Edge opened, we didn't have Rise of the Resistance right off the bat. You kind of got used to the land, and then this new thing opened, and it kind of felt like it prolonged the coolness of the area. So that's kind of what's happening over in Avengers Campus. They are going to more than double the total land of Avengers Campus, which is very cool, and they're going to open 2 new rides. Stark's Flight Lab, which will be a fun, it looks like I will say more intense family ride, and then their e-ticket attraction, Avengers Infinity Defense. The building structure has gone vertical, and it looks like they are moving very quickly on this project. As I mentioned, the Olympics in 2028 are coming to LA, and I could definitely see them trying to get this project done by 2028 to help with that influx of people that should be coming to the Disneyland park. My number 6 thing that I'm looking forward to is some more construction progress, but at a different park. We're going to head over to Universal Studios Florida and talk about the replacement for Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. Rip Ride Rockit closed last year, with construction on its replacement starting before the ride was even actually closed. They have made huge progress on this construction. We were there in June when we got our last ride in. The ride closed very shortly after that. We were back in September for Halloween Horror Nights. And by that point, they had already started this construction process. It was very cool to see. They were in the middle of tearing down the coaster. By the time we were back there at the end of November, Rip Ride Rockit was totally gone. They had footers in for the new coaster. It was unbelievable to see how quick they were going on this. Just in the last couple weeks, in January 2026 here, they've finally gone vertical on some of the structures that are going to be built in the back area of the New York area of the park. Does it have to do with this ride, or does it have to do with potentially something else? Who knows? But some structures have gone vertical. Now, I talk about this coaster as if we know what it is. We technically don't, but just today, January 17th, Universal Orlando released a little teaser saying that they have an announcement coming for January 20th. They posted the announcement video with the picture of a speedometer revving up, so it has many of us assuming that they are going to finally announce that this coaster is going to be a Fast and the Furious coaster. Am I the biggest Fast and Furious fan? No, but at least the IP translates better to a roller coaster than to the crappy ride that they have now. The other benefit of this is if they're going to have a Fast and the Furious ride in the coaster, they're probably not going to have 2 rides for this IP, so that means goodbye to Supercharged, and hopefully they have a replacement for that coming in the near future as well. Alright, enough about construction. My number 5 thing that I'm looking forward to is the reopening of Rock and Roller Coaster featuring the Muppets. Rock and Roller Coaster is losing its Aerosmith overlay and being replaced by the Muppets. This ride refurb shouldn't take too long. They've actually already started on it. They've closed the pre-show to the Aerosmith version of the ride, so you just kind of walk through it. Instead of catching your super stretch limo, you just bypass it and go literally get on your super stretch limo. What they're going to do, they released some concept art. That whole area is going to stay relatively the same, but instead of Aerosmith there, they're going to have the Muppets. And they did mention that they're going to have some animatronics that are built in there as well. So they're obviously well underway on getting that transformation done. The ride itself is closing very, very soon so that they can transform the area and get it Muppified and have it ready to open in summer 2026. There's not going to be massive changes, I doubt, in the loading area, the ride itself, or the unload, but there will obviously be some to make you feel like you're in the world of the Muppets as opposed to in the world of Aerosmith. I'm excited for this. I'm a huge coaster fan. I really like the Muppets. I found the other area of the Muppets, don't kill me for this, but kind of boring. Whereas this now is going to, I feel like, revitalize the Muppets a little bit. I know people have said, oh, the Muppets is like a family-friendly thing, and this coaster is obviously quite intense. I don't know if kids really know what the Muppets are. I have 2 young nieces. I don't think they really know what they are. Whereas our generation, we grew up with the Muppets. Most of us are coaster fans now. I think this will be very popular with people my age. The number 4 thing that I'm looking forward to this year is the refurbishment of Jurassic Park River Adventure and Islands of Adventure. River Adventure just closed for its longest refurbishment ever. And let's be real, this ride, though it is one of my favorites, I love it, it needed some TLC. I still rode it every time I was there, but you kind of blind yourself to the work that needed to be done. The dinosaurs were looking pretty old. There was a lot of things. The hadrosaur never even came up to bump you off the path to send you down into the T-Rex and Raptor area. That's a huge critical part of the ride, and we all just kind of like turned a blind eye. Like, oh, I guess we're just going that way anyways. This ride needed some love, and I am ready for it to get it. It has been said that they are not transforming it into Jurassic World like they did in Hollywood. They are keeping it Jurassic Park, which is cool. I'm okay with that. To be honest, I love the Jurassic World ride in Hollywood, so I wouldn't be sad if they did switch it over, but I do really like Jurassic Park as well, and I would really like them to keep it with the original theming. Now, I do want to see some big changes. They did such a good job with Hollywood's Jurassic World ride. If you've been on it, it is River Adventure times 10. The animatronics at the end with the Indominus Rex and the T-Rex coming out, that battle before you go down the big drop is unbelievable. So I really hope that they amp up the ride. I heard they're putting about $14 million into this, which I did also hear was the price tag for the Jurassic World transformation. So if they're not switching it over, it means they are giving it some serious love though, and I am so excited for that. The ride is set to reopen in November this year, so I can't wait to go on it at the end of this year or in early 2027. The number 3 thing that I'm looking forward to this year are the Halloween Horror Nights announcements coming out. Now, I get it. You're like, okay, this happens every year. Why would you even put this in? Well, this year is an anniversary year. We're coming up to HHN 35. This is very special to me because even though we've gone to most HHN since 2015, we have never been on an anniversary year. Just the way things worked out, like with COVID and stuff, we missed those years. We've never been to a year that Jack has been there. So I am dying to go to an event where Jack is the icon or one of the icons. There are rumors that this year Jack and Oddfellow will be back. We did go to the year when Oddfellow was here. I think that was 2 or 3 years ago. Such a good house. I would love to see a Jack versus Oddfellow house or a battle as icons with the theming throughout the event being that. I am so excited for this year. I cannot wait for announcement season to start. I know I'm getting ahead of myself because it's only January. We probably won't get anything for like 4 months, but I am still very excited and can't wait to go this year. The number 2 thing that I'm looking forward to this year isn't technically to deal with parks, but it kind of is. I am looking forward to the announcement of the new CEO of the Disney company. Bob Iger's reign as Disney CEO is finally coming to an end. Now, I used to be one of the biggest Iger fans. I loved him when he came in. I was also a big Eisner fan too. I get it, he kind of lost his way at the end of his tenure as CEO, but so did Iger. When Iger came in, he made some big changes. He got the Pixar acquisition done. He acquired Marvel, which obviously had big changes to the movie empire and to the theme parks. He acquired Lucasfilm, aka Star Wars, which also had some massive changes done to the parks and the movie sector of the whole company. There were big things that he did. I do feel like he's kind of lost his way. He's become a little bit more corporate than creative, which obviously in terms of parks is not a good thing. Businessman, yeah, he's obviously successful. He knows what he's doing. He's done wonderful things for the company. I am ready to see him step aside and step aside permanently, not like the whole Chapek thing. It's time for someone new to come in. I'm ready for some fresh blood. It is rumored that the top 2 seeds for the new Disney CEO position are Dana Walden, who is the co-chair of Disney Entertainment, and Josh D'Amaro, who's the chairman of Disney Parks and Experiences. I'm sure either one would be good. If I had to pick between the two of them, I would pick Josh D'Amaro because he already works in the parks, he gets the parks. I would think he's a little bit more creative than corporate, even though he is still, I think, very corporate. He would be better for the parks, which is what I care about most. Dana has a lot of insight into the entertainment side, which movies, TV shows, streaming and stuff. You need that as well, but I don't think it would translate as well over into parks. If she did become CEO, I'm sure she'd be great. I would hope that she would still give a lot more freedom to Josh to do the things because he knows the parks and she doesn't. So I would hope that she would kind of give him the freedom to do what he wants. If Josh becomes CEO, I think he would already have that insight and he would want to make some of these changes. One thing that has me excited for the future of the Disney company as a whole is Bruce Vaughan being the head of Imagineering. He is a creative genius and I think he has some great ideas. I personally, again, I don't know any of this technically, but I think Iger right now is kind of kiboshing a lot of things. He's very IP driven, which I'm sure drives revenue. But for us park fans, we have all been dying for some original IP. We haven't had an original ride in the park since Expedition Everest, and that was, I believe, 2005. It might have been 2006 when that opened. So we're talking 20 years. Yeah, the IP's great. I want something brand new. The best rides, Pirates, Haunted Mansion, like Small World, these things are just such classics. They're what Disney is known for, and they're timeless. Whereas IPs come and go. You're going to have to replace them at some point. I hope that whoever becomes CEO gives a little more creative freedom to the Imagineers because I know they have good ideas under Bruce Vaughan, but the rest of them, they come up with great things, and I hope it gives them the freedom to build upon that and expand the parks and give us some original things. And the number one thing that I am looking forward to in 2026 is the opening of the Fast and Furious coaster in Hollywood. Universal Studios Hollywood is getting its first outdoor big thrill coaster. Now, Hollywood is hard to expand because it is so trapped in, it's so landlocked. There are the Hollywood Hills. It is obviously one of the most popular areas in all of the United States in terms of just population. So it is built in there. It's hard to expand because they have the movie studios down below as well. So there's not much room. You gotta make movies to make money, but you also make money off the parks. But which one should take precedence? It was built on this hill, and the hill, obviously, what can you put on a hill? Well, someone came up with the genius idea to build a roller coaster on this hill. They've been developing this. I remember we were there in the early 2024, right when they were kind of starting this. So it'll be about 2.5 years of this construction project. But this coaster looks unbelievable. The construction is basically finished. They are just in testing right now. So I would expect this coaster to open probably around Memorial Day, like right before summer this year. I can't wait to get on this coaster. Universal Studios Hollywood is a fantastic park. As I mentioned before, it has one of my favorite rides, the Jurassic World ride. It's really just a one-day park. There, you can get everything done super quick, and it doesn't have anything thrilling. This ride is going to change that. The one thing I don't like about it is the view out of Hogsmeade. When you look right out and see the entrance gate to Hogsmeade, right on the other side of that is now this giant brick building for the Hollywood Drift coaster. It kind of ruins the Wizarding World atmosphere. Is that big of a deal? No, but it will be weird. But having this coaster right there anyways, oh, it's gonna be good. It is going to be one of the most unique coasters ever as well. Not only is it built on the side of the hill, not only is it gonna be a giant thrill coaster, but the cars themselves move on it. I'm assuming it's more like Cosmic Rewind as opposed to like Curse of the Werewolf. I doubt it'll be free spinning. From the videos that I've seen of the testing, it does look like it's controlled spin, as if you're drifting, Hollywood Drift, drifting around the corners and stuff. It is going to be such a good experience. Right now, Velocicoaster is my favorite coaster. I could see this rival it. I like Velocicoaster not just for the ride, but for the theming, so I do feel like that one will still be my number one. But this ride is going to have so many unique, insane elements. I can't wait to get my butt in those seats. And there you have it. There's the top 10 things that I'm looking forward to in theme parks in 2026. Let me know your thoughts. Are you excited about these things as well? Is there anything I missed that's coming that I forgot about? Is there anything on this list that you aren't excited about? Let me know in the comments. I would love to talk theme parks with you. 2026 is shaping up to be a fantastic year, and I cannot wait to see it unfold. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, as it really helps the channel. And if you enjoy this content and want more theme park content, please subscribe to never miss a video. You can also follow me at Canuck Park Hopper on Instagram for more theme park content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.